Hello YouTube. We're going to make this little video. We're going to try to keep it short. I don't know if we can or not, but we've been over here working on the place today. We're out in the cabin a little bit. We have been running the forge there. And real quick, we're trying to punch a hole in this piece of metal. We're going to make us an axe, a double-bladed axe. We're going to try to, but you ever had those days where you had 20 things to do and you were lucky to get 2 of them done? But it has just rained here fiercely. It's unbelievable. We got rain almost all night Saturday and all day Saturday, during the day Saturday, and a little bit on Sunday. It has just rained and rained. And a lot of work we had to do, we did it in the barn there, but we've been out today a little bit. And we're just going to go over a few things with you real quick. We did make that covered bridge video, and that's one of the nicest covered bridges that we've run into here in Ohio. And we do plan on going and seeing a few more of them. And we're going to make a few videos along the way. I do want to say that if you have a covered bridge in whatever state you live in the United States or the world, if you've got a wooden covered bridge and it's an old one or a new one, we'd like to see a video of it. So if you run across one and you can make a little video, or you can put it in your video, and you can come down to my channel and let me know some way, shape, or form there that you got a video out of that covered bridge, we'll go watch it, that's for sure. But again, we're going to bring a few more videos as we go along there. We got some big plans for 2019. We're just going to have to wait and see what happens. This has been a tough year for us here. We've had sickness in the family. We've had some issues that you already know about, and when you got sickness in your family and you got, issues that are out of your control and you have to deal with, it can just stop you dead in your tracks on your homestead or whatever it is you're doing or however you're living. It can set you back. And we have really, really gotten far behind on our workload here. I did play around quite a bit in the summertime. I'm going to talk to you about that real quick. We're planting our garden out right now, what we're going to raise, what we need, and what we don't need. And last year was mostly an experimental garden because we did have people that bought us some plants, gave us some seed, and we do appreciate that, all of it, for sure. We were tickled to raise those things. We didn't really get to do it like we wanted to. We do have a broom corn project coming up in the near future too. We're going to kind of lay off the blacksmithing for a while, but we do have to try to make a couple of brooms, and we're trying to figure out how we're going to go about that and what other materials that we're going to need to make those brooms, but we're really going to give that a try. And because we did raise a little bit of broom corn, we're planning in 2019 raising a lot more of the broom corn and just see where it goes. We like learning about it, and we want to thank our friends at Bumblebee Junction for sending us that seed and really helping us out with that broom corn, some things to do, and some other things in our gardening. We're not really sure yet what we're going to do in the raised bed. We're going to get with Mark and Tina there, and we're thinking beets. We'd like to pickle us a few of them beets like they're doing. Their beets look really good, by the way. And okay, but we got a garden planter. We did plant the garlic, and we're going to keep track of what we do, what we plant in that garden, and when. And how it does. We're going to try to keep records of it this year. We used to keep records on everything, but as we got older, we didn't do that. We quit doing that, and we're going to start back doing that. And that's thanks to Donna at Dream Creation and Adventure. She gave me this ledger to keep track of things in, and like I said, we've already got the garlic in there. And everything that we plant, we're going to try to put it in here. And we're going to try to keep track of it on a monthly basis as we go along there. But we haven't really been up to a whole lot. We're just in the garden area this year. Last year we didn't need as much as what we raised, and we didn't really put forth the effort 100% like we should have to really get as much out of that garden or the gardens. We're only going to raise one this year, but what we want to do is try to get as much out of that garden in the growing season that we can. I think we're at about 190 some days growing season here in Ohio, and there are some things that we need. The beans didn't do very well last year, so we're really going to focus on the beans, and we're not sure what variety. Blue Lake is in there for one, that's for sure. And probably the half runner, and we may go with another type of bean. We're looking towards that wax bean. We're interested in trying that here and seeing how it does. Tomatoes and, the average of what we would raise in our garden, but we do want to raise us some okra. And we could not find okra last year or this year, but last season, we couldn't find any okra plants at all. And we're gonna try to raise us some okra. We like that pretty much fried deer, but we're looking at our canning, what we really need to be canning, and what we need the vegetables for to get us through the year again. Again, this is just a hobby. Now, I don't want anybody to get me wrong. It's not like we homestead and this is how we live. This most certainly is not how I live. And I don't have to homestead and I don't have to raise a garden. I want to be truthful about that. We do it because we love doing it. And we got this place here. It is just a hobby for us. That's all that it really is. It's a place that we can exercise on a daily basis if we want to, and we can get away and come here, and it's a lot of fun to have you a little couple of acres somewhere out in the country, or like I have here, country and suburbia. They're like combined together. We don't have to go far. We got a store down the road, but we like it the way that it is, and we really don't want to live here. We want to come over and camp out in the on the land, or we want to camp out in the cabin, and we kind of want to do some things the old school way. And again, as you know, if you've seen my videos, that's how Brenda and I were raised, the old school ways. And we don't know it all, but we know quite a bit. But again, back to that garden, we're wanting to raise a garden this year out of necessity, what we really need, as far as what we want to can and what we want to do with it. We made a little bit of sauerkraut last year, or this year, but last season, and we're going to make some more of that. And there's just some things that we're really going to focus on as far as raising the garden. Enough said about that. Real quick, this thing with YouTube, if you're purging, whatever you're doing, I guess YouTube got to do what YouTube got to do. I'm not really going to get hung up on it. I'm just going to make the videos. I have lost a lot of subs, and that's not in a 2-day period. This has been in the last few months. I lose subs every day. I'm not going to say any more about that, but I'm sure that YouTube knows what they're doing. So, and again, I want to mention this as well. I did say there was I forget exactly how many in the state of Ohio, on the covered bridges. I believe there's 125 covered bridges in the state of Ohio, and I believe that there's 3,500 altogether in the U.S. And you could research that to find out, but I did make that statement in the video. I think I said there was 3,500 in Ohio. No, there's 125, I believe. And real quick, We didn't get to smoke the pork because it has rained for the last 2, 3 days. It is muddy. It's been wet and it warmed up. We've been in the 50s. And again, if you watch my videos, any of them, and you follow along with me, we don't butcher unless it's below 40 degrees, and we don't smoke any meat unless it's below 40 degrees. Now we will sugar cure if it's in the 40s because that's a salt cure. Not very high above the 40s there, but when we smoke the meat, that's a cold smoke, so we want it to be cold outside so we can keep the temperature down in that smokehouse, and we smoke it in a smokehouse. So that's about all for now. I hope I haven't taken a whole lot of your time. We just want to kind of check in with you and say, we're doing okay. We're doing okay with YouTube and all the rest there. And kind of let you know what we're doing with the garden. And we do got the broom corn coming up, and we're going to try to make a video to the best of our ability and show you how we're going to make a broom. It'll be the first one for us, or the first couple of them. And I think we've got enough broom corn to make 2. So we're going to give that a shot, and we really need to get that done as well. That's about all for now. And I want to thank you for coming by the channel. I always want to say God bless to you. And we do hope you subscribe to the channel. We want you to hit that bell when you do, and leave us a comment. Hit that like button as well. And always leave us a comment. We will try to get back to you. We don't always get back to the comments, but we try to. So you have a good day, and thanks for watching.